Hey guys, so I've got a brand update for you, and this is a video that I didn't plan on ever making, never thought I would have to make, but I just want to thank you guys first. Thank you guys so much for your support, for your encouragement, and just all of your lovely words. I came out with my own merchandise last December. If you guys are new to my channel or new to me, on December 12th, I announced and launched my own merchandise. And the first thing that I came out with, well, the only thing I have right now, are these wraps. They're basically just these oversized scarves, and I have them available in 8 colors. And I will link the announcement video down below if you want to watch that, just get some, backstory, history on it, why I decided to do this as my merchandise. And, when I announced it, or, even before then, when I started down the path of doing this project, it was just something I wanted to do. And I really didn't have any expectations for it. It's completely self-funded. So I invested basically an amount of money that I would be okay if I lost it all. My husband and I sat down and we were like, okay, if you don't sell one, we're okay with it. It was just something that I wanted to do. So when these started to sell really, really well after my announcement, I was so moved by the outpouring of support from you guys. And again, just a big, big thank you. I really just completely shocked by it all. But anyway, I had to sit down and figure out pretty quickly whether or not I was going to reorder. These are made in Italy, and it takes a while. It takes a while, especially with COVID and everything going on and shipping and etc. So, I took a couple of days and I said, let's just do it. Let's just, do a reorder. So I reordered 7 out of the 8 colors. And the reason why I didn't reorder the 8th color, which is blush, it's that light pink, because when I placed the reorder, that was the worst selling color. So I thought, oh, by the time the reorder comes in, I'm still probably going to have plenty. So that's fine. Well, everything sold out and I was kind of kicking myself that I didn't reorder the blush. But anyway, I did reorder 7 out of the 8 colors, and 2 colors came in a lot earlier than the rest of them. So I decided to just put them up, make them available for you guys because I know you had been waiting on them. So I made Deep and Poppy, the 2 colors that came in earlier, I made those available as soon as I got them. I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago. Anyway, those have already sold out. I can't believe it. Again, thank you so much. But I wanted to let you know that the other 5 colors are available, including the citrine. So of course, I'll have a link to my website down below. I hope that I placed a big enough order so that all of you can get them. But again, this is self-funded, so I could only put in what I had. So anyway, citrine is available. And the one thing I mentioned in my initial announcement video is how the tags were kind of placed, I don't want to say incorrectly, it was like a miscommunication. So they fixed it for this reorder, and I wanted to show you what they look like now. So here is basically like the bottom right-hand corner of the scarf. So my tag is here, and then the information tag is down here, the made in Italy, and the fact that they're 50% cashmere, 50% wool. So that is actually placed properly now. It used to be flipped over. So I have an older initial run scarf here. So this is how they were attached for the first run. So it's kind of like upside down. So anyway, that is the only difference to this second run of scarves, is that this tag is now placed, right side up. So I wanted to mention that because I thought that was pretty funny. When I first got them, I was like, oh, and I realized I'm the one that told them to do that, but it was whatever. Anyway, the main purpose of this video is to let you know that these 5 additional colors, citrine, black, bone, latte, and smoke, these are all back in stock now. And again, my website is linked down below in my description box. The other thing I wanted to mention is once all of these sell out, I don't know if I'm going to be reordering these colors at all again. If I do, it will be for fall 2021, because for spring 2021, I'm going to come out with some like special spring summer colors for these scarves. And I think I'm only going to do 3 because I'm also going to be coming out with a completely different scarf. It's going to be a much lighter weight with like a different fiber composition, and it's going to be a different shape so that you can wear it a little bit differently. You know, I hesitated in talking about something that hasn't even come to fruition yet, but I did just want to let you know that these were my plans. I do hope to have them available in May, but again, dealing with a mill that is foreign is, you know, just adds a layer of complication. So anyway, I did want to let you know some different scarves were coming, and again, hopefully May. But before that, and this is something I have been teasing, but you know, everything takes a little bit longer than you think. And for anyone out there who wants to kind of start their own business or kind of start their own merch line, just keep that in mind. Everything takes a little bit longer than you think. But I have been teasing some jewelry, and before my spring summer scarves come out in May, again, hopefully, I do hope to release some jewelry, and I am really, really excited. The target date for that is early to mid-April. Again, it's like, I can't believe it's already March, but early to mid-April, I'm hoping to have some jewelry. So we're going to have these little huggies, which are 14 karat gold with diamond pave work along the front here. And then I'm also going to have some chains, not these. They will look like these, but they're not these. And I don't really want to say too much more because again, I personally am uncomfortable talking about things until they're like in my hands. So anyway, I did want to let you know that these were coming because I have been putting down in my description box, you know, like my gold huggies coming soon. So I did just want to mention that, and I did just want to give you a time frame of the early to mid-April. So keep an eye out for that for sure. So those are like the announcements that I wanted to make regarding my brand. But one thing I did want to talk about is about these MW wraps. So I had mentioned in my initial announcement video that because I have a background in hand knitwear and I have a background working with fibers and everything, that I am very particular about fiber, very, very particular about fiber. And I said that, you know, not all wool and not all cashmere are created the same. And, you know, 100% cashmere in one item versus 100% cashmere in another item can be of completely different quality. I didn't really expound on that. I felt like that video was going to be long enough just talking about all the different colors, etc. And so I just sort of stopped it there. But I did get a few comments like, oh, you know, what do you mean? Just nothing nasty, just inquisitive, like, oh, you know, just curious as to how fiber works. So I did just want to explain that, you know, a little bit. Again, I don't want to get like too into the weeds about it, but the softness of hair is measured by something called microns, and that's the diameter of the hair. So it's a teeny tiny unit of measurement. And the smaller the number, the more fine and the softer the hair is. So cashmere can be no bigger than 19 microns. If it's bigger than 19 microns, it can't be considered cashmere. It's not soft enough. And cashmere comes from like the underbelly of the cashmere goat. And then wool, there's a ton of different types of wool because there's a ton of different breeds of sheep. And so merino wool comes from merino sheep, and they're known to have very, very fine wool. So merino wool has a micron count of no more than 24 microns. So it's a teensy bit thicker than cashmere. So it's not quite as quote unquote soft, but it's almost undetectable to the fingers. So a good point of reference is human hair is an average of 100 microns. So that's how fine cashmere and wool are. And what a small difference 5 microns is very, very, very small difference. But there are different properties to different fibers, like cashmere, again, known for its softness. Wool also can be known for its softness. Again, it depends on the quality of it, known for its softness, but wool has just a little bit more body. And generally hairs with a higher micron count will have a little bit more body. So that's why I wanted a blend for these scarves, because I don't particularly like too much drape in my scarves. I like a little bit of body. You know, silk and cashmere, they tend to like really like hang really, really low. And that's why I wanted to do like a split of 50-50 cashmere wool. And then when I mentioned that we went with a higher quality of cashmere and a higher quality of wool, is the finer the hair. So the smaller the micron count is, the easier the hair breaks. So during the processing of all of this fiber, there is a lot of waste. And that waste is all the breakage, basically, all the hairs that you can't smoothly kind of wind into a piece of yarn, which then turns into the scarf, which is then like either woven or knit on a machine. So the longer a fiber is and the finer a fiber is the most like wanted, because it's strong, but it's still fine. So to produce cashmere and wool, a lot of mills, what they'll do is there won't be as much waste. What they'll do is they'll keep a lot of the shorter kind of hairs, which is kind of technically lower quality. And lower quality, I'm sure you guys have come across some very inexpensive, maybe cashmere or wool sweaters, and what happens is it pills really quickly. That's all the shorter hairs just kind of coming together. They're almost like felting each other, or they're felting, you know, you'll probably notice that the pilling happens where there's a lot of wear. So like in the armpits, or if you have like a bag over it there, all those like little pill balls are all of the short fiber hairs that are kind of just like felting together. A higher quality and typically more expensive knitwear, or even woven, all of the longer hairs are kept, all of the shorter hairs end up being waste. You won't have as much pilling. You won't have as much wear. And so I went with what I could afford. I went with the best quality cashmere. So it's, you know, again, just the 19 micron count, that's just sort of an industry standard, but I wanted hairs that were long because I didn't want these wraps to look worn. And again, I'm sure you have some scarves out there. They look worn. They look like, you know, fuzz is kind of coming out. They look maybe like they get matted a little bit. And if you use better quality cashmere, better quality wool, that won't happen as much. So I did just want to show you like this smoke scarf from the original, the original shipment, and this deep scarf from the original shipment. I've been wearing these two. I've been wearing a lot of like the more neutral colors just all the time. I'll just throw a different color on. But I did want to show you that I don't feel like I see any wear to any of this. And you guys know I don't take care of my things. I'm not very precious. You know, I'll just wrap it around my neck and then I'll just tug it off and then I'll just throw it on my chair. And with, you know, less expensive, cheaper scarves that I've done that with, every time I do this, I'll see more and more kind of fuzz come up, and you won't see that with these wraps of mine. So I did just want to explain that because I did kind of just gloss over it in the first video, but that is just a quick explanation as to different quality of fine fibers. So thank you guys again, just so much for your support, your enthusiasm, all of your kind words. Again, the 5 other colors are restocked: the citrine, the bone, the latte, the black, and smoke. So you can find those at bymichelewang.com. Again, the link will be down below in the description box, and definitely keep an eye out for these new releases that are coming out. Hopefully the timing won't be too off, and definitely follow my merchandise's Instagram account. It is by Michele Wang instead of the Michele Wang, which is where I post my beauty stuff or whatever. But by Michele Wang is on Instagram, and again, I'll link that down below. But follow me there. That's where I announce like new things and restocks first. So if you want to be first to know, definitely follow me there on Instagram. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and I will see you very soon.